Today's daily words are the law and the prophets. And when we say the law and the prophets, that's making reference to the Old Testament. Jesus Christ fulfilled the law and the prophets. So just think about that. The law and the prophets was introduced in the Old Testament. Then as it transitioned to the New Testament, and you've seen the scriptures on with the new. If there is no need for the new, the old will still be in existence. But it was a way of explaining that the New Testament is here and the one to be represented. Like I said, they got many scriptures that describe if it wasn't a need for the new, if everything was fulfilled, was worked out through the old or understood through the old, then the Old Testament will be the main thing to follow, so to speak. But through Jesus Christ and the New Testament, it was like a refinement. But one thing you should look at when you're thinking about the Old Testament and when you're thinking about the law and the prophets, which originated in the Old Testament, if it's stated that Jesus fulfilled the law and the prophets, meaning back then Jesus was prophesied. There's going to be someone that comes along that does this. There's going to be a Messiah that comes. This person is going to have these characteristics. This is how you know it's him. He will be called a Nazarene. A lot of it, he would be able to heal. He'll be the savior of his people. All of this was a lot of that was in the Old Testament. Just think about it. So he was prophesied. So the law and the prophets, that describes a lot of the Old Testament. But in Jesus fulfilling the law and the prophet, it's basically saying that prophecy was fulfilled because this individual came and this individual did the things that he was prophesied to have done. Now transition to the New Testament. Now the person that was prophesied is here. He's telling you the way, the truth, the life. Once again, go back. Hey, this person's supposed to come along. He was going to be this, and that. They would call him a Nazarene. He would heal people. He would save his people. He will basically epitomize all the things and all the signs that was given to those during those periods. He fulfilled all those. Now that this person is here, prophecy fulfillment, the law and the prophets fulfilled. Now listen to his message. Hence New Testament, hence the Gospels, and his message. Thou shalt love the widows, the orphans, the needy, those who are incarcerated, the weak. So out of him comes additional signs and prophecies. Jesus Christ fulfilled the law and the prophets. Now it's up to us to recognize that and to listen to his message, because there's a new message. I'm going to give you an example or make an analogy. I think that's a better way of saying it. Think about the history of a particular country. The country was ran a certain kind of way, and all the pros and cons and all the things that happen in a developing country. But fast forward that country 2,500 years later, whatever. Think about the advancements. Think about that things change. Think about the future. Jesus represented the future for those in that in the olden days who represented the Old Testament. He was what was being prophesied. He was the future. And in recognizing that, so we look at Jesus, that's the starting point today. Then out of him comes Paul, Apostle Paul, and other prophesied individuals that will come along and fulfill certain messages. But he's the base for us going forward. Remember what he said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the light. Nobody gets to the Father but through me. Talk to you soon. God bless.